Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. The popular character from season 27 has some words for her former David vs. Goliath's ally. Angelina Keeley found herself on the outside of the numbers with little room for recovery, just one tribal council after losing Mike White, her closest ally, on Survivor 50. After feeling betrayed, she made a last-ditch effort to shift the focus to fellow season 37 alumni Christian Hubicki, but the damage was already done. As if to complete the circle, she didn't leave without giving away her jacket. While the outcome of the episode was fairly straightforward, the David vs. Goliath favorite claims that much more was going on behind the scenes. From the emotional fallout of Mike's Blindside to conversations that never made it to air, she believes key parts of her story and other female players were left out of the edit. Angelina discusses her complicated relationship with Christian, whom she believes came in with a plan against her, her attempt to turn the game around, why she felt targeted before the game even started, and her exit interview with Men's Journal. She also thinks about how the experience was different from her first time playing, and what annoyed her the most when she watched it back. To read Angelina's entire interview, scroll down. Men's Journal. After watching the episode, how did you feel? Did anything astonish you? Angelina Keeley. Let's talk about the episode. Let's talk about what was and wasn't present. I'll be completely honest with you, as if it were not just this episode, but the entire season. The fact that there aren't many female voices is really disappointing, and it goes beyond just me. Fans, I believe, are paying close attention, and the situation is extremely perplexing. I look at it through lens of curiosity, like why, but I think that question is yet to be answered. If you had any thoughts or feelings about that piece, I would love to hear from you. The Men's Journal. Yes, we didn't even see the fallout from the last tribal. What transpired with Christian and you on the beach? Angelina Keeley. We were so far away. Let me catch up with you. Okay, so Ozzy was in his situation and felt his emotions. He let go of his emotions. And Christian tried to talk to me that night. I was shut down. This rarely happens to me. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't. I just told Christian that I needed the night. I'll talk to you tomorrow, because I'm finding this very difficult. Devastated I was. I mean, Mike is not only like an ally in the game, like he's a close friend in real life. He's someone that I have real memories with, that really matters to me. And I thought to Christian as well, independently. Consequently, I was extremely depressed. I also knew that Mike's greatest fear was leaving early, and yes, Ponderosa. So I was thinking, is he okay, in the back of my mind? I was just worried about him, you know? But it sure took the wind out of my sails. I didn't want to talk to anyone as a result. I wept a lot. I cried a lot that night. The following day, I wept a lot. After that, I really had to pick myself up. I was really, really sad. Men's Journal. Did you ever try to convince people to focus on Christians? Angelina Keeley. That was my first plan. I tried to implement that first. Yeah. I went to Ozzy because I was aware that he and Stephanie were working together. Despite the fact that both of them had voted for me, I thought, bygones, big bygones, whatever. Survivor 50 is it. We're fine. Today's a new day, right? Therefore, my initial strategy was to convince Ozzy and Stephanie to accompany Christian out. Given Ozzy's rage, I thought there might be some substance to it, and I thought, yes, the writing is on the wall. In other words, let's do this. You understand what I mean. But Ozzy, for whatever reason, was just very wrapped up in... Did you and Ozzy just not vibe? We did vibe. We were absolutely fine. I wondered, why does he so desperately want Angelina out? One time I was like, oh, my mom's a big fan. Oh, she must be beautiful just like you, he thinks.
Okay, Ozzy, thanks, I say. Okay, yeah, my mom is beautiful. No, we were fine. Sharon, I get along with everyone. Don't be fooled by this edit. I get along with everyone. I'm not sluggish, I was just trying to toe the line. I was damned if I do, damned if I don't. Had I been getting firewood constantly, moving around, then I'm too busybody. She's not trustworthy. She's looking for idols all the time. Angelina is doing something. But you can see me sitting at camp. I'm registering for class. I am there. I'm here, okay? I'm not ditching school. I am not a troublemaker. However, then I'm lazy, okay? Despite the fact that I was using the machete every day to make little papayas for us. Are you okay? Q, I assume you don't value work of that nature. Regardless, what a wild experience, isn't it? Everything from top to bottom. But yeah, Ozzy, I tried to get him to go with me. However, prior to the start of the game, I believe numerous individuals discussed me. I did not pre-game differently than anyone else either. I was pre-gaming in the usual quantity. I have heard that Christian started a rumor that I was like targeting old school players and things like that. And so he had a strategy. Even though I suppose everything is fair, a lot of people were disappointed in me before we even left for Fiji. And that's too bad, because, to me, I always give everyone a chance, as if it were a brand new day or season. We've all played the way we did. Everyone has a relationship with someone. We're all connected. Like Ozzy and Siri Fields playing together on the same tribe for more than 50 days. That's more than Mike and I have played on the same tribe together. So and that bond was tight, as we saw. And so I felt like I was a bit overly targeted, kind of maybe a low-hanging fruit. Then someone has to turn, right? Like anyone other than me. Therefore, I think, regrettably, that I had a terrible starting tribe for myself and a bad swap with Christian's agenda. Men's Journal. Are you alarmed by Christian's early pursuit of you? Did you and Mike have any intentions of pursuing him at some point? No, there was not a deliberate strategy to expel Christian at X, Y, or Z times. I think the general sentiment amongst the three of us was like, hey, let's help each other out as long as we can. Let's just be cool and talk to each other whenever and wherever we can. Additionally, I rethought that was the strategy. I don't owe Christian any favors. Christian was my target at the merger of David versus Goliath 7, now 8 years ago, and so I was wary of that. I don't think we've ever seen eye to eye, and it's a friendly banter, at least from my side, but I have the impression that he was really out to get revenge this time. I think he had a list of targets. The fact that he was talking so bad about me in the pre-game press and everything, it was just like he was really, really focused on writing this narrative. And additionally, his confessions about me are all so incredibly negative. I'm thinking, Christian, I don't know. I think he just takes the game a lot more seriously than some of us do. It's very important to him. I believe that he personally had a lot riding on this. But did the move have to happen at some point? Yes, we had to self-destruct at some point. But I do not believe that this decision will be beneficial to any of us. I can see it all if Christian wins, right? Cool. Bravo to you. But bro, if he doesn't go much further, what's the point? Have you and Christian had a conversation since the game? Angelina Keeley. At the premiere, I saw him. He and his wife were seen by me. I tried to be a good sport, so I was able to congratulate them on their baby. I'm not upset that any of them rejected me, once again. I spoke with Ozzy, Stephanie, and each and every one of them. Christian, I sat next to at the premiere. It's also a game. It's what we agreed to. If I have a beef with Christian, it is that I think what he did to Mike was wrong. Because they had a real friendship for a long time, traveled to each other and talked constantly. They were more than just friends. Know that they weren't just people who played. I would kind of maybe put me and Christian more in the acquaintance category, right? Cordial. We together played this game. We might talk once every few years, or if we were at a survivor couple's wedding or something along those lines. But Christian would go out of his way to reach out to Mike constantly. And additionally, I think he felt as though he eliminated him as an adversary, not as a friend, which I think is the real kicker and even greater betrayal than his decision to vote him out so early. And it seems so preconceived, right? He withheld information about having a child, which is the most significant life change, from Mike, with whom he had been talking on a regular basis for months prior to the game. Like, yes, I know he didn't tell anyone else, and yeah, I didn't know, and I shouldn't have known. But to talk to Mike constantly like that...
What is your take on what Mike said about Christian hamming it up for the cameras? You were also accused of that. Watch the season first. Okay, so I wasn't doing anything for the camera. I was being a sane, normal person, and that does not translate well to reality TV. And I think the editors wanted to continue the story for a lot of people. I mean, Charlie. It's like they wanted to continue this story of him being upset about Maria. In the same way that they first portrayed me, I think they wanted to continue a story about someone like this. Someone who is really bold, who overestimates things, etc. Since I wasn't doing that, I believe it was inconsistent with their plan for me. And that's okay. I didn't play the game again for the purpose of being shown on TV. I replayed the game so that I could acquire the experience. In regards to Christian, I would say let people make up their minds on how they are perceiving him. I mean, we're getting a lot of content, and so, I think I will say, from my perspective, he definitely changed a lot from the first time we played versus the second time. Additionally, I believe that some of us played with a lighter and more joyful style, while others played with a serious and competitive intensity. And the fact that there is no right or wrong way to do things is what keeps Survivor interesting. We are all balancing competing priorities. Additionally, winning Survivor at any cost was not my top priority. I thought, let me try this again to see how I can do differently, be a little better in challenges, come stronger, and just play more like a human being, And I did, yeah. And it obviously didn't work out, but I'm glad I did it. Would you continue playing Survivor? At the moment, I think I'm still processing this season. This is a little bit of a cop-out, but I started my own business, I am a mother. The television stuff is fun for me because I have such a beautiful and full life at home. I do it for fun, right? It has no objective. I have no ambition to play Survivor again necessarily or another show. However, for me, it all comes down to whether or not it would be amusing and if it is the right thing to do at the right time. I'm honest, I enjoy this material. This experience truly excites me, and everything from talking to you to playing the game to being on is easy for me because it feels like it comes naturally. I love it, and I hope that translates well to the game. However, that is just to say that I am unsure. I think I need to think about it a little bit more. I think I need to reflect on this was a rough go for me. I'm not going to lie, I was pretty upset after everything last night. It's difficult to feel like a pawn in someone else's game. Additionally, I believe that because I have such a strong sense of self and voice, I would prefer not to have someone else control my narrative, and especially how I am portrayed. This interview has been edited and condensed for clarity. Following her shocking exit from Survivor 50, Angelina Keeley spoke out, and her words have quickly become the topic of conversation among fans everywhere. In an exclusive post-exit interview, the outspoken strategist pointed directly at fellow contestant Christian Hubicki, claiming his role in her Blindside felt anything but spontaneous. Angelina, who is known for her daring gameplay and unwavering confidence, believed she was in a strong alliance when she entered the merge. She had been collaborating closely with Christian for days, exchanging strategies, information, and what she believed to be mutual trust. However, as tribal council progressed, it became abundantly clear that the rock on which she was standing had slowly fallen away from her. I replayed every conversation in my head. There were insignificant pauses, mistakes, evasions that didn't seem to matter at the time, but looking back, they were signs. The Blindside itself was classic Survivor. Subtle whispers, confident smiles, and then a decisive vote that left one player stunned. When Angelina's name was read for the final time, her expression shifted from disbelief to realization.
She gave a slow nod, as if she were solving a puzzle that had been hidden from view. Angelina claims that Christian's strategy worked especially well because of his good name. Known for his intelligence and affable personality, he often disarms players, making them feel safe even when they shouldn't. That's his strength, she admitted. Even when you are the plan, he makes you feel like you are part of the plan. Despite the sting of betrayal, Angelina made it clear she respects the move from a gameplay perspective. It was an excellent move. He won't lose that from me. Let's just call it what it is. It wasn't made at the last minute. That was something he had been contemplating for some time. Fans have already begun debating whether Christian's move was ruthless brilliance or unnecessary treachery. After the episode aired, social media exploded with praise for the Blindside's strategic depth and sympathies for Angelina's frustration. Angelina, however, is not degrading the experience. She sees it as a lesson in the game of Survivor, which is always changing. This game is about perception. You think you know where you stand, but the truth is that things can change in a split second, or they have already changed and you are the last to know about it. Christian has not yet provided a public response to Angelina's remarks, but if his gameplay so far is any indication, he's unlikely to reveal too much too soon. Angelina's departure adds another layer of intrigue to a season filled with unpredictable twists, and raises a larger question: who might be the next if this move was planned in advance? One thing is certain, on Survivor 50, trust is fleeting, and every smile could be hiding a strategy.